Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Tina and I am so happy to be here crafting with you today. The sun is shining and I have extra light in my craft room coming through the back doors, and I love days like this. It helps me with shadow monsters, right? Even though I have the overhead lighting, but it's just brighter. I can hear the wind blowing. It's all things fall that I love. Okay, so I am doing, this is the first project in a series with my craft along kit. So I have a craft along kit that was done with this Halloween magic. It's all Halloween projects. You're going to see them all here, but this is Halloween Magic by Echo Park. So cute, right? I love it. I use this for all my projects, inspiration of all my projects. All right, we're going to dive in. One of the first things I'm going to do is our sketch of the month. So this is really good. Whew, I'm out of breath. I was running around right before. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to make some changes and some modifications to our sketch of the month. We do a creative art challenge in the Creating With You exclusively Facebook group, and everyone gets to post all their artwork. We are crafting our way through the volume 6 of the Close to My Heart book. I know Close to My Heart isn't around anymore, but these sketches are going to continue to give, and I was dedicated to doing an entire year out of this book. So we're going to keep that going, and then I'll be super excited. In January, I'll be releasing my first book, which will be really nice sketchbook, and that's going pretty well. Nice sketches in there. Lots of fun features. So I hope you'll come back and check that out. All right, enough chat. Let's scrap in. All right, I'm making a few changes and I'll refer to those. But I do want to give a mention. When you cut this, there's a diagonal portion. You can see here in this area here, this is one paper and this is another, and they have you cut two papers. The thing that drove me nuts about this cut is it shows the top portion of this one and then it shows the top portion of this one, and it really should have shown the bottom portion of this one and the top portion of this one, because if you are doing cut specific paper, that cut specific paper needs to be cut a certain way. So this would have been cut the way it is in the book, and you would have had a bottom here and a top here. You can see that mine are flipped around because I had cut two pieces. So this one here is what I originally thought that I wanted for this page here. But after I cut it, knowing that this was my first choice and this was my second, I'm going to put it aside. We have extra paper in this kit, so you don't have to worry, and there are scrap projects at the end. But I just want to mention to pay attention when you cut those diagonals that you are going to have them. So that's an 11¼ by 11¼ cut on a diagonal. That's what that is. Now, this one here is the bigger of the two rectangles that I have here, and I omitted the other one. So this one is 10¼ and there was one that was smaller. Let me show you. See, there's one here that's smaller that goes inside of it. This one's white. And then there's like that softer peach color that's on the inside of it. I omitted the smaller one. And I think this is actually 10 by 10, but let me just double check really quickly, because I might have did this I might have cut heavy. I think I just cut a little heavy. Let me check this one. I feel like I just cut a little heavy, but that's because I cut straight 2 inches off of my paper instead of measuring it. So it's like 10 by 10. Okay. Mine's a little big. I'm going to go with it. All right, let's go ahead and put this together. I'm going to remove the one that, I'm going to remove this one here because I'm making some modifications to this to turn it into a 2-page layout for a sketch of the month instead of the single. All right. So we can start with this. Let's pull the black off. I'm even changing this one as well. All right. The first thing I did was I grabbed, now all this paper is included in the creative kit, and these are Photoplays mini dot paper. I love them. So I gutted that 1 inch all the way around. That's all I did. All right. Let's see if my ink is going to be, or my glue is going to be, I've left it open. We'll see if I can reopen it. If not, I'll grab my other stuff. And then I cut the 2 triangles. This is going to be my own fault because this has been sitting uncapped for days. Let's try it one more time. Sometimes you have to pull it off and go inside. There we go. All right, when we line this up, the important part for the lineup of this diagonal is that we get it kind of equally on the edge. So you're going to just kind of move that in and put it down. And that liquid's going to be your friend. I would say we're about 1/4 of an inch in. I'm a little off, actually. I'm going to slide that over. And that gut gave us some paper to reserve for another project. Now you can see the papers we're not going to have anymore when I flip them over. So when you do these cuts out of your kit, you can say goodbye to those. However, save all your scraps. I didn't save my scraps from this though, because it was like teeny, teeny, tiny. Yeah, I'm off. We want to be actually closer to like 2/3 or something. It's in your book. I'm a little off. I'm going to have to try to peel, but welcome to my life because this is what I do. And you're going to cover it up, but let's see. There we go. If you don't rub and you get it down pretty quick, I find this one's a little bit more forgiving, but I got to be honest with you, not much. You got to use just a tiny bit. I'm thinking that little clogged piece has found its way back into my life. Okay. There we go. So it's like closer to like 3/8 or whatever. And I literally drew a line and just cut it and said, I'm okay if they don't perfectly match up in the center. I was just, you know, I'll just kind of make it work. Like if I have to overlap them a little, because you don't see it. What really matters is the edges. There we go. Okay. So I have this. This is a sheet. These are from 2 different sheets in your kit. Let me grab this. I want to show you. Set this whole one right here aside. This is the one that has the 2 tags on it. And remember, the paper is 2-sided. You only have 1 of each. The 2 tags with those little 6 tiny little title words. You want to pull that one out and put it aside. And then for this piece right here, you're going to just cut off the top 4 little pocket cards there. The Frankly, you know, this one here, the one with the October 31st, the spider web, the Happy Halloween. Okay. All right. Just to kind of get you where I am. And that is where these 2 came from. This came from the one where you're just cutting the top off. And this came from the other piece. I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. All right. Finally, right? I'm going to go ahead and put some photo placeholders down. I normally try to have this done ahead of time, but sometimes time gets the best of us. And I thought this would be a great time for me to share with you one of the things that I am doing that is getting more crafting done in my crafting room. So what I have been doing now is I have been working on a project and keeping a project out at all times that I can just walk over to and start to create. So that means I don't have to set it up at all. I can just walk up to it. I can start to craft on it. It can be a basket of cards. It could be a scrapbook layout that's laid out at my place, anything. But I have a project out all the time now that I can just walk up and work on. When I'm done that project, I completely clean up from it. Like if it's the end of the night, and I put another project out so that I can always walk in and start crafting. It means I'm not digging like through my stuff for anything. I'm not having to make any decisions about what I want to work on because I've already made those decisions. And I made those decisions when I was like more clear-minded and, you know, ready to go. And I think that that has really been helping me a lot. I've been keeping little baskets of cards, and that's been helping me as well. But this new way has got me crafting a lot. All right, let's take our 10 by 10. Remember, I'm off slightly, like maybe 1/8 of an inch. I don't even know if it's one way or 2 ways. I have a little gap there. Remember, done's better than perfect. Please remember that. All right, I'm just centering this, and then I'm not doing the smaller one. Remember that. And the reason why is for this change right here. I'm going to lay these back out. All right, the bottom corner of this in the sketch has you, let me grab, just placing 2x2s with some space in between them. Okay, which I think kind of makes up the 1/8 of an inch that would be all the way around. I decided that since I was going with this black, which by the way, for Creative Art Challenge people, don't forget to hit your black background with some of those gloss sprays and get bonus points. I decided not to. I was originally going to go for it. All right, let's look at what our 2 1/4 by 2 1/4s are cut from. This is the side, And then it's this confetti in the front. I have a bigger piece. Here you go. The confetti in the front. All right. And we're going to leave 1/8 of an inch from both sides of this bottom corner. And now all of these are going to be touching. And all of these are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. I have 3 of that confetti paper, and I have 3 of the green, which was cut out of the gut pieces in the back of this. All right, so that's one of the reasons why we gutted that paper, so we could have some of that green to do some fun things with. I'm not normally a paper gutter, but I am learning to kind of do things a little bit more in line with, you know, crafty saves. So one of these are not cut straight, but that's my life. All right, and see, now they're all together, kind of taking up a similar amount of room, and I really love it. It allowed me to get a little bit more paper in there, and when I move these on, all of this is going to go so well. All right, out of this paper here, this is the one side of your paper. This is the other side of your paper, and you have extra paper, so don't get nervous. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 pieces. I actually cut it at 4 1/4 and then did 3 1/4, 3 1/4, 3 1/4. So I only got that one strip, and then I did the exact same with the orange, 3 of each of those. All right, I'm gonna turn these 2 in just like this. I don't really know how they are on the thing. I'm not turning this one in as much because it's gonna go over to my, you know, it's gonna go over just a little bit. There we go. And then this one on the top, and it's gonna kind of go this way so it touches both of them. There we go. All right, now for this bottom corner, here's what I love. I love the "There is magic in the night when pumpkins glow by moonlight." But I don't like the diagonal stripes. It's too many diagonal stripes for me. And I also like this little part right here that says "Witching you a very haunted Halloween." But I think the more I look at it, the more I want to go with this. All right, we are going to grab that really goldy kind of yellow microdot paper. And we're going to make our own embellishment out of this so that it fits what we want. We're going to go ahead and trim off these little pieces and put them aside. Save all your scraps while we're going through this series. Save them all, okay? And if you want information on how to get this paper or this kit, my contact information will be in the description, so feel free to just grab it and give me a shout out. You can always contact me through the website too. All right, so this kind of finishes it at about, it's like maybe 2 1/8 by not quite 4 1/8, okay? So what we're gonna do is cut this at 2 1/2 and put the rest aside. There we go. You got 11 sheets of solid papers in this kit, so trust me, you have plenty. In addition to the boxes and the card bases and all that good stuff. All right, we'll go ahead and put this on here. Oh, maybe I was off. Let me see. No, the 2 1/4 did okay. We're looking for about 1/8 of an inch all the way, or 1/16 of an inch all the way around, just 1/8 of an inch. There we go. You could have gone a little bit bigger if you want. If that's your style, do it. You have the room. There we go. Little pop of yellow there. All right. I'm going to add this with foam tape. Get some foam tape out. I'm currently preparing for a large shaker day for me, which means I'm using all my shaker foams. I'm actually removing a bunch of these from my stock, in my craft room. I'm feeling pretty confident on a bunch of these that I can work with them with just foam strips. Okay, here we go. This one's super cute. We don't need to peel all of these. We're going to add lots of embellishments with some stickers and such later. Let's put this, because I have that one crooked on the top, We're going to put this one straight here on the bottom. All right, let's swap our mats out and do that other page so we can turn this into a 2-page layout and make some additional changes. Okay. All right, so for this one here, I have a few changes. One is I'm adding one of those pocket cards. I am a pun family, so if you want this for a picture, just leave this off. This is off of that sheet where I said you just cut the top off. It says, frankly, you make me happy. Okay, with the Frankenstein, right? All right, and this here, you'll notice 1/16 of an inch. Same sheet. I chose the Scary because it's green. Also, I cut off of the purple microdot piece and I just framed it. So I'll give you a measurement on this, but it's going to be really a weird measurement. This is 2.5 by like not even 1 1/8, an almost, 1 1/8. If you're looking for that sheet, there's the cobwebs on the back. This is so great. 12 sheets of paper are in here. So we are going to have all kinds of fun. All right, you do have a white piece of paper in your kit. You're going to need it for the next project. And I do think you could probably safely cut something off, but I didn't want to risk it. So I grabbed this 3x3 out of my scraps. I'm just going to suggest you grab a 3x3 out of your scraps to make it easier or add it later. All right, we're going to grab a little ruler. We're going to put this down. I'm going to do some journaling lines on this just using my mini ruler and a La Pen black pen. You can use your favorite journaling pen. Even change the color if you like. I just like to line them up. And I'm going to go with 1/2 inch on this. I'm not going to have too much journaling on this page when it's done. There we go. And I have these set up in the Cricut. So if you ever want to make a bunch of these in different sizes, I did a Cricut file for all of these. Now here's what I like. We did these squares. There you go. We have these beautiful 1/2 inch lines all the way down for your journaling. But 1/2 inch is also nice to fit little extras in there. All right, we're going to pull this off. And here's where I'm using that other half portion. I have another gutted piece underneath. We'll see if I can get closer on this one, but I think the only way I'm going to get closer is if I line them up at the same time. All right, so what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to lay this one kind of down so that I can kind of slide them in place and say, okay, that's about where a half would be. There we go. We'll do our other piece. I really love this glue. If you are not using glue with a precision tip, you don't know what you're missing. Switching my liquid glue out has been amazing. All right, we'll slide that in place. That looks pretty good to me. All right, I'm gonna just give a lift to make sure I'm not stuck to the the Versamat there. All right, I'm gonna put my little Frankly guy in. And this is on the orange. That was that other one that was cut when we did these on the first 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one while I'm at it. And you probably have already seen the change. I decided I only wanted one side to have those 2x2 photos on it. Things to take 2x2 photos of. You don't need a giant one. The favorite candy of the year. Little hands, little features that are on the Halloween costume. Anything that you wouldn't want a giant picture of, like a kid eating a piece of candy, you might not need a mouth pick this big, but you might want a mouth pick of like candy going in a mouth. That's a 2x2. Kind of those type of things is what I do. All right. And then a lot of time, just extra pictures. I choose my favorites. They get the highlight spots and then fill the other ones in. I will even like take a picture of the moon. So you have that. There we go. We'll just center this one. And I'm kind of trying to make sure that I line up on the points, but since I'm just slightly off, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yours will probably line up on the points if you cut it at the 10 by 10. This is what happens when you slice 2 inches off instead of measuring your paper. All right, here we go. This is going to go to the far right. I got to show you how cute this is. Look, aren't they adorable? And the stickers are just as cute. All right, once again, I'm leaving about, you know, 1/8 of an inch down here of the black around it. That's still that nice confetti paper. Now for this side, we are going to do the 2 oranges on the outside and the diagonal on the inside. So when these pages are brought together, it goes across the page every other one. So we'll just go ahead and put these in. I loved being able to incorporate all this really pretty microdot paper into this workshop so that you guys really get to work with it. It's like buying paper that's embossed for you. Okay, here we go. And just kind of whimsical with the placing of those. All right, we have our 3 by 3. I'm going to take my black marker to the edges of that. Remember, I got this out of my scrap white. We all have some scrap white, right? There we go. I was surprised I didn't put the marker on everything because once I start doing that, I tend to do it a lot. All right, here's a little bit for my journaling. And we'll put this on some foam tape. And you can use, you know, whatever word, just if we use the other words later on, you'll just have to swap them out. But there is plenty with this kit. Plenty. Okay. And we have our little scary. And I'm going to kind of make it look like it's off. I don't want to do it straight. We're going to go off just a little bit with that. It's straight on the other side. So there we go. All right, let's bring them both back in and put them next to each other so we can start to have some fun with this. Okay, so here's what we have. I really like it. This has turned out really good. All right, so I want to grab some, just some bling out of my stash. This is going to be a really personal choice on what you decide to use on your stash. If you end up really needing bling, let me know, but I want to give you some options. So liquid pearls would work here with whatever color you would like. If you're adding a lot of this, you might add a little bit less of that. I'm going to use some of the orange that's right here for this particular one. I am a huge supporter of adding something from our stash for everything. Black and white dots would work. If you have some of the green left over, mix them. 2 green, an orange, a yellow. You have all of these colors, and I better not leave purple out or I'll get hate mail. Ha ha ha. Okay. We're going to be using some purple in this. Look. All right, the first thing I want to do is I'm really trying to get rid of my bling equally, and you can see I struggle with the hearts. It's a real struggle of mine. I'm going to grab the heart and I'm going to just put some little hearts over here, but really this is all about me just trying to use up what I have. Get rid of it. Literally get rid of it. I think I might mix some yellow in on this as well, just because I have it and I think it will kind of come together, but also offer you an option to see that I'm just going to kind of put whatever I have wherever I can. And I may end up having to get rid of some bling at this point that is just getting harder for me to use. All right, I did a star up there. I like to add in groups of 3s, but I'm not going to worry about that as much. Okay, so see, I have 1 star up there and then I have 2 little bling here. And I normally add the bling last, but I'm feeling pretty confident on this one page. I just want to kind of show you mixing. We're adding stickers, so gotta do it. All right, we'll put this one little star over here as well. So we have one, whoops. That's where it wanted to be. There we go. All right, let's grab our stickers. Okay, this sticker sheet has all the things. It really does. It has all the things. Look at these. So those little kids that I was talking about, I was originally going to do this with a stamp set. But I had decided after looking at this and counting my projects out, I was like, I really don't think I need to add a stamp set. And I have stamp lessons coming up with other projects. So I thought, let's just really rely heavily on these and save a little bit of money. The kids are so cute on this. Now, I don't want to use this because it's right here. Everything perfectly coordinates. So I'm thinking I want to, incorporate that and save those for some of the other things I'm going to do. So much is filled up here, and I thought about using the big Happy Halloween, and I was like, that would be great, but look how big it is. So I'm going to save that for another page I'm going to do, but we are going to grab this little one here that says Halloween, and we're going to see if we can fit it right in here. It's going to kind of fit as a banner underneath of these pictures. Now, this is going to be a labor of love. I like to put my stickers on foam tape. I'm just getting some of the sticky off of it right here. Just a little bit of the sticky, because look at all that. Remember what I said about it being a labor of love. You really don't need this big of a piece. But it's going to take longer for you to cut them all in half and save your foam tape. You probably don't need to put one on every single one, but even though I say that, I want to be completely honest with you and tell you that I would always put one on every single one. I have foam tape issues. It's been a running joke for all the years that I've been crafting, so I use a lot of foam tape. All right, we're going to put all these in. I thought this banner was super cute, and I don't know, just really liked it. It was just enough. I originally thought I was going to use that big Happy Halloween, but I think you're going to see that on another, on a bonus project. Or I have 2 projects that I made notes for that. I make all kinds of notes on my projects so that when I go to do them, I have a good idea on what I'm going to do. And I can make sure that I've allocated all my paper and everything right. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of put this up a little bit high. There we go. Super cute. I love it. All right, so now we have a few more. There is this spider web. And I want to kind of let me put these over here. So for the spider web, I want to be able to just kind of tuck it along the side. So anywhere that you can tuck, we're just going to put that right there. We're not going to put a lot of stickers on this because it just doesn't need it. Okay, up here it says, I wish you a happy Halloween. And then you have something wicked comes this way. Boo Crew, Scary Squad. Aren't they super cute? I think we should use some of those. But in here are some tiny ones. It says, 'tis the season to be spooky. So cute, it's scary. Gone Batty. I thought those were really cute. There's like a Fright Night over here. Those teeny tiny little words. I'm going to choose So Cute, It's Scary. And we're going to trim it with our black marker. Very carefully. Because it's so tiny, right? Okay. I'm going to grab my tweezers. This is going to be going on our journaling block, kind of right wherever you would like it. I'm going to put it right there. It's just an added little extra. And then there's some candy here. Let me grab my anti-static pouch. You can use whatever you like. Off camera, I'm just patting this. And I'm just doing that so I don't get that dust on my project. It doesn't hurt anything. But it definitely is something that kind of annoys me. We're going to do a little piece of candy over here. And then let's also grab a candy corn and add that without foam tape. So cute. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now for the little sayings that I was pointing out, we have a saying on this side. We have little scary. We have this. Right up here, we have a little bit of room. So kind of you're going to cover your picture a little, decide which way. I'm thinking I like the Happy Halloween because it brings in all of these colors, but I think I'm going to go with the Boo Crew. I'm going to go with Boo Crew. All right, off camera, tap, tap, tap again to get that sticky off. You can also use baking soda or cornstarch or baby powder. All right, put some foam tape on this one. And it's always a good idea to pat off the extra powder. I sometimes forget that. Boo Crew right there. I think that's so cute. I'm loving all of this, and I feel like I'm pretty close to being done. Okay, so where we're having bling, like we have like the little stars, we have bling, but there's these teeny tiny little bats, and they're trimmed in white. Okay, I thought there was 2 of these. Let me look at my notes one more time. Okay, so in my mind there were 2 of these. Oh, maybe it's this other one that I was thinking of, because there are 2 of these. So we'll stick with that, okay? Off camera, tap, tap, tap. And then that one, I guess, is the other one, since there's 2 of these. Oh, that powder is all over me right now. Let me get this other one. And it's kind of like what's good for one page is good for the other sometimes. All right, there we go. Very cute. We're going to add the little bat on this one. And we'll add the little bit larger of the 2 bats over here with our scary. Let's add a little bit more bling, and we're going to call this one done. Okay. I really like the way this turned out. We'll put a little star here. You can do a piece of bling, you know, whatever you have is gonna be fine. You're just adding a little bit, a little something. All right. Let's put this here and one of the little orange. There we go. I think that's going to do it for me. All right, there is our first project. We've taken this month's sketch of the month out of our book. We've made multiple changes to it, so you can see the versatility that it has. You don't always have to do it identically to this sketch, and I think this has turned out great. What a fun Halloween page this is. I really love how it's turned out, and what's going to make this page busy is what we focus on the most, which is our pictures. We've got lots of room for all of these pictures. I hope you guys will enjoy this craft along series. I'm really looking forward to sharing it with you. I'm already planning my next one for January. So that's kind of exciting to see that, as I have all my projects with notes, and I'm going to be having a fun crafty time over these next 2 days. All right, guys, I'll see you back here for another project. For those of you who are doing this series, or even if you have questions and you're not doing the series, please let me know. Leave a comment, leave a question. I'll get back to you. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps me out here in the YouTube community. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you back real soon. Bye-bye.